The invitation arrived on a rainy Thursday, printed on heavy gold paper that smelled faintly of perfume and pride. Ahmed almost threw it away. His ex-wife Sarah's family never contacted him unless they wanted something. The card said he was warmly requested to attend her sister's wedding. He knew immediately this was not kindness. He lived in a small rented apartment above a mechanic shop, raising his 3 daughters alone. The triplets, Ayla, Meher, and Noor, were only 6, yet they were his entire world. Since the divorce, Sarah's wealthy parents had mocked him publicly, calling him a failed provider and an embarrassment. He remembered the courtroom day clearly. Sarah's lawyer had argued Ahmed could never give a respectable life to children because he worked as a bus mechanic. Sarah didn't fight for custody. Her family simply wanted the girls out of sight. But the judge, after hearing the children cry for their father, granted Ahmed full custody. Years passed, and Ahmed struggled. He repaired buses in the daytime and worked delivery at night. Often he ate only tea and bread so his daughters could have milk. Yet the girls never felt poor. He read them stories, braided their hair badly, and sang old lullabies off-key until they laughed themselves asleep. When he showed the invitation to the girls, they noticed his silence. Ayla asked softly if they were going to a party. Ahmed hesitated. He knew humiliation awaited him, but hiding forever would teach them fear. So he smiled and said yes. The triplets jumped excitedly, already planning dresses and flowers. The wedding hall was massive, glowing with crystal chandeliers and decorated roses. Expensive cars lined the entrance. Ahmed walked in wearing his only ironed suit, holding 3 tiny hands. Conversations slowed. Guests recognized him immediately. Whispers began traveling faster than music across tables. Sarah's mother approached first, her smile sharp as glass. She looked Ahmed up and down, then glanced at the girls as if inspecting cheap merchandise. "You actually came," she said loudly enough for nearby guests. Some chuckled. Ahmed calmly greeted her and guided his daughters toward empty chairs. Sarah stood near the stage wearing designer clothes, pretending not to see them. Her new fiancé's relatives stared curiously. Ahmed overheard someone say, "That's the mechanic ex-husband." Another added, "He brought the children too? What a scene!" The humiliation was unfolding exactly as planned. Dinner began, but Ahmed noticed something strange. The girls weren't upset. They observed quietly, whispering to each other with secret smiles. Meher finally tugged his sleeve and asked permission to go near the piano placed beside the stage. He nodded, assuming they just wanted to look. Moments later, soft music filled the hall. Guests turned. Little Noor sat at the piano bench while Ayla and Meher stood beside her. Noor's fingers moved confidently across keys, playing a classical melody. Conversations stopped. Even the waiters paused mid-step. Ahmed was shocked. He never knew she could play like that. After the divorce, a retired music teacher downstairs had secretly taught the girls free lessons while Ahmed worked late nights. They never told him because they wanted to surprise him one day. When the melody ended, Ayla stepped forward and spoke into the microphone. Her tiny voice echoed through the hall. "We want to dedicate this to our Baba. He fixes buses so people reach home safely. He also fixes hearts when people feel sad." The room fell silent. Meher added, "He says money isn't success. Being kind is success. He never says bad things about anyone, even when they hurt him." Guests slowly began clapping, then louder. Soon the entire hall was applauding. Sarah looked uncomfortable. Her new in-laws exchanged impressed glances. The groom's father approached Ahmed respectfully, introducing himself and asking about the children's schooling. Ahmed admitted he taught them himself every night because he couldn't afford expensive academies. The man smiled warmly. He revealed he owned a reputable private school and offered full scholarships for the triplets immediately. Gasps spread across the hall. Sarah's mother tried interrupting, but the guests were already praising Ahmed's dedication and the children's manners. Then came the final surprise. Noor held the microphone again and called Ahmed onto the stage. Nervously, he walked up. She handed him a small wrapped box. Inside was a simple wristwatch. "You always said you had no time," she said softly. "Now we buy you time." Ahmed couldn't speak. Tears filled his eyes. For years he endured insults silently, so his daughters would never feel unwanted. Now, in the same place meant to humiliate him. People stood in respect. The applause lasted nearly a full minute. Sarah finally approached, her expression conflicted. She whispered an apology he never expected. Seeing the children's love and the guests' admiration shattered the narrative her family created about him. Ahmed simply nodded. He carried no anger anymore. Raising the girls had already healed him. The wedding continued, but the attention remained on the father and his daughters. Guests insisted on photos with them. The bride even thanked the girls publicly, saying their performance made the ceremony meaningful. Ahmed realized dignity doesn't come from wealth, but from character shown consistently. As they left the hall that night, the triplets held his hands proudly. Outside, the same luxury cars gleamed under lights, yet Ahmed felt richer than anyone inside. His daughters laughed about the food and music, unaware they had changed his life. Walking home beneath streetlights, he understood something important. The invitation was meant as humiliation, but love turned it into victory. He hadn't ruined the wedding. He had quietly revealed the truth. A man measured by kindness can never truly be poor.